Hi, my name's Jamo from a company called Xcase in the UK. Find us on the web at www.xcase.co.uk. So right now I'm building up what we call our MineStation 1. It's a chassis made from steel for cryptocurrency mining, adding 6 GPU cards. It comes as a Flatpack, and I'm just currently building it up, so I thought it'd be a good idea to just give you a kind of instructions, I guess, on how to build it up, and also to show you the case itself. So it comes in various sections. You've got a front section, a rear section, 2 side sections, a base, a lid. You've got a bracket to add your hard drive, bag of screws, USB and power assembly, and a handle for either side of the chassis. So the MineStation 1 has space for 6 120mm fans. It'll take a standard ATX motherboard or a micro ATX, but if you're mining, I guess you're going to use one of the Asus or ASRock ATX mining boards. You'll see here a space for a power supply, and there's also a cutout section here which you can just push through for a second power supply if required. The chassis has a venting on the sides, just where you get excess heat from your cards on both sides. And then it's got various holes should I say, for adding GPU support bars depending on the height of the card and the length of it. So putting this together is very simple indeed. So far it's probably taken me 10 minutes and I'm almost done. I've just got to add the USB assembly, which simply fits into the section here and is held in by the included screws. It's one screw does everything. They are Allen key screws. Comes with an Allen key, and so far all I've done, you can't go wrong here really. You've got a base section, you've got 2 side panels which will only go one way round anyway, a front panel and rear panel which will only fit or line up with the holes on either end of the base. And the only thing you really have to look out for is to make sure that if you're putting the front panel on, the panel or the lip here goes on the outer side of the side panels, as it does on the outer side of the base. Same with the rear, so the tabs are going over the top of the base and over the side panels. And as long as you make sure that's okay, then you really can't go wrong. Using the screws, there's 3 screws per panel on either side, and some screws on the front and rears. Once together, it's made out of 1.2mm steel. It's very solid, and I haven't actually added the support bars yet. So you've got the standoffs pre-built here into the base for your motherboard. When fitting your motherboard, you use the same screws, but please use also between the top of the screw and the motherboard these plastic washers. So next step, I guess, you could then add your 2.5-inch or 3.5-inch hard drive onto this bracket. They would screw from below, and this fits internally. You'll see there's 4 holes here onto the inside of the case like so. So that's front, left, rear, and then your hard drive would be on top of this. So the final thing to be doing then is you've got these 3 brackets that supports your GPUs. You've got this one with holes in it. This would go at the rear of the case with the holes pointing to the front, and you decide on the best place to fit it on either side using the same screws depending on how you want to line up your graphics card and the height of it. You've then got a very similar bracket but without the holes. Now that fits on the front holes here, and again you'd line it up depending on the length of your card with the lip there facing the rear, and the rear of your video card sits on that. Lastly, there's this optional support bracket which would fit over the top of your cards, and this works fine for most cards, but some with high coolers etc. you may struggle to put this on and get the lid on. But most cards, you can see there's options for height on this as well. Most cards it works with. It's not required, but it is quite helpful, especially if you're shipping the system out to somebody, that you've got some support holding the top of the cards down. And that, my friends, really is it. It's a very simple thing to put together. It takes about 15 minutes. Being an enclosed chassis compared with open frame mining chassis, you get a lot better airflow with the lid on, of course, with the fans blowing air across the cards and out of the back. It's also a lot safer than an open frame chassis or a wooden box or whatever you'd like to use until now. And great thing about this, we make it in the UK. It's British made, and it really is a good bit of kit. We've already done the bigger brother of this, the MineStation 4, and that's got brilliant reviews. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for listening. MineStation 1 Flatpack. Bye for now.